Transform your body with SA's most trusted body sculpting aid, USN FedraCut XT, clinically proven for effective weight control. USN, all about results.
Today, Springbok number 8 Pierre Spies gives us unique insight into the intensity of the game and the mental strength needed to compete with the world's top rugby players.
How much does your training differ when it comes to season and off-season?
Well, when we're in off-season, and that's what we're entering now, you're going to be training a lot, and we'll be training about 3 times a day. A field session in the morning, we will do scrums and line-outs as forwards, the backs will do their games and their moves at the back. About an hour after that, we'll be doing gym for about an hour, which will be intense. Because it's pre-season, you'll be building a lot. In the afternoon, we'll be doing fitness. So it's a lot compiled into one day, and it really gets you.
And what about your diet? I mean, does that change at all when it comes to your seasons, off-seasons?
And now with the rugby season being so long, you're playing rugby the whole year. So there's not really an off-season unless it's this time of the year. So your diet stays the same.
This also means all year-round diet discipline to help him withstand the vigorous training required to reach peak performance.
All right, dude. So last time we met, you told me that you don't have much calves, but they are able to jump very easily onto a 1.4 meter raised platform. And I must say, I did go try that, and I did hurt myself, and I had the scar to remind me of that. Now, do you have any other tricks up your sleeve like that?
I can do some pull-ups with some weights bound between my legs, and yeah, the rest of the stuff I guess have been done. So I just try to do what I do the best I can.
Pierre's top tip to anybody trying to reach their fitness goals is to show commitment and dedication. It's worth it.
Training in itself is important, but supplementation is also important when it comes to your training session or during your training session.
Now look, you need to have a little bit of an extra edge when you're training, especially for us in our careers and in what we do. So you need that little bit of extra help during training sessions, before training sessions, and especially afterwards. The recovery is very important.
So what would you recommend in terms of supplementation to maybe fellow players and guys out there to use?
A wonderful product to use while you're busy training is a BCA Vitago. It's something I use and what we've been using for a while now. I like to use anabolic nitrates before training, but I know USN has got a new product, anabolic amino grow, and that's something I would like to try now for the future. That's an awesome product to help you sustain energy through your session.
Anabolic amino grow increases protein synthesis and anabolic status while aiding rapid recovery, as well as offering improved muscle protection.
Certainly for us watching the game at home, I mean, we can see that it's very strenuous. My Hungarian wife can see that it's strenuous, even that she doesn't even know anything about rugby. But what toll does it take on your body?
Yeah, it definitely takes its toll, and sometimes, some weekends after a game, you don't feel like getting out of bed almost, how sore your body is. And then you get other days where you feel great after games. Depends on who you're playing against.
So, toughest opponent or team that you've ever played against?
Yeah, it's always difficult playing against New Zealand teams. I think the Crusaders is a quality team, and it's because they're a physical team, and they also, put you under pressure on all facets of the game. So it's not just on physicality, but at every facet.
And in terms of tackling, because I know you give big tackles, but what is the biggest tackle you had ever to endure?
Actually 2 guys. The one was Jerry Collins, but the other guy was Sam Tuitupo. And he's actually playing in Europe now, and he actually once tackled me, and I saw stars after it.
But I mean, from your point of view, what does it feel like when somebody that size and that strength runs into you at full speed?
Sometimes you feel like, when you play against certain guys, you have to be up there, otherwise you're not going to make it. So mentally it's very important to prepare yourself for a game, to make sure, listen, you pitch up physically.
Now we are talking about intensity and physicality. Does that change at all, let's say, comparing the World Cup to the Tri-Nations or the Super Rugby?
Super Rugby, for instance, is a game that's in a tournament that's much faster and it's much tougher, also than a World Cup or a Tri-Nations, because you're playing 15, 16 weeks in a row, and you're playing every weekend, and you play against a team that can beat you every weekend. Doesn't matter who they are. It's unlike a Currie Cup where you can get away with it. So Tri-Nations, it's just compiled players of that, and in the World Cup, it's actually easier tournament because you play 7 games. You just have to win 7 games, and like you can say, France made the final and they lost 2 games, and they made the final. So, and you also play against teams that come from different hemispheres, so the rugby is a bit different. All in all, I think Super Rugby is the toughest competition.
Pierre made his Super Rugby debut in 2005 and has been named as the Bulls captain for the 2012 Super Rugby season.
And lastly, we need to leave our viewers with a challenge for the day. What would that be?
Now look, we want to see how many sit-ups a person can do within 1 minute, and it'll be on a ball. And let us know what you can do within 1 minute and the amount of crunches you can do.
Give it a try. Post your comments and results on the USN SA page on Facebook and tune in tomorrow for another chat with Pierre.
Stay with eXpresso and SABC3.